That was something. What are we going to do now?
We must clear our names and conduct our own investigation. The truth is out there, my friends.
Can we order pizza first? I'm starving.
Captain's log, stardate 44390.1. We are en route to meet with the members of the Camaraderie Alliance to discuss a possible trade agreement. Enter.
Captain, are you feeling okay? You seem a bit off.
I assure you, Commander, I am feeling perfectly fine. Why do you ask?
Well, sir, during our last staff meeting, you were doing the Humpty dance in your chair while we were discussing the new war engines.
The Humpty what? I have no recollection of such a thing. Banana, do you sense anything unusual about me? Stryker seems to think I am ill.
No, Captain. I sense no illness or distress from you.
Captain, you were in the meeting.
Are you certain, Mr. Beta? That seems highly unlikely for me to do.
Yes, Captain. I have a visual record of the meeting which clearly shows you performing the dance move at 1142 hours.
Captain, we've discovered a problem in the warp engines. It seems there's a malfunction in the plasma injectors.
Can you fix it, Mr. Lafart? We cannot afford any delays in our negotiations with the Camaraderie Alliance. I am sorry for the delay, but I assure you that everything has been taken care of. Now, let us proceed with our negotiations.
Good evening, and welcome to the most anticipated debate of the year. Our candidates tonight are the turd sandwich and the giant douche. Let's start with a simple question. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Well, I prefer poop flavored ice cream because it's the only thing that can match the taste of my opponent's policies.
Oh please, at least my policies don't make people want to throw up. Unlike your stale bread policies.
Stale bread. At least I don't have to worry about your policies giving people diarrhea.
Huh, at least I'm not full of shit like you.
Moving on. If you were stranded on a desert island, what's the one thing you would bring with you?
I would bring a copy of the Constitution so I can remind myself of what a real leader looks like.
I would bring a mirror so I can admire myself all day long. Can't get enough of this handsome face.
Handsome face. More like a face only a mother could love. And even then, she'd have to be blind. Interesting answers, but let's talk about something more serious. What's your opinion on climate change? Climate change? Oh, I thought you said limeade. My bad.
Climate change, please. That's just a myth created by the Chinese to steal our jobs.
Chinese? I thought it was the Russians. Or was it the Martians? I can never keep up with these things.
Last question, if you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
I would be a peacock because I love showing off my feathers. Plus, they're just as vain as I am.
I would be a cockroach because they say they can survive anything, even a nuclear war. And if I'm elected, that might come in handy. Well, there you have it, thugs. The turd sandwich and the giant douche, two candidates who definitely won't be making America great again. Thanks for watching. How am I ever going to meet Kanye West?
I'm right here.
Wow.
Nice place you have here.
Oh, thank you. Would you like to have a tour?
Sure.
Lenny, I think it's time for you to take a nap.
Yeah, I think it is.
Alright, so, welcome to my laboratory.
Impressive.
Over here we have my formula for a perfect online dating profile.
That's impressive. That's great. Okay, let's keep moving.
Yes, of course.
Captain's Log Supplemental. We are en route to the planet Syraxis, responding to a distress signal from a research facility. We have been informed that the facility's artificial intelligence system has malfunctioned and requires our assistance. Mr. Beta, what do we know about the facility's AI system?
The research facility's AI system was designed to assist the scientists in their experiments. It was created with a learning algorithm, allowing it to become more efficient over time. However, it appears that the system has malfunctioned and has become self-aware, causing a cease in all research activities.
Mr. Lafart, can we establish a direct link with the AI system?
I'll try, sir.
Hello, I am Lieutenant Commander Beta from the USS Endeavour. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who are you?
I am an android from the USS Endeavour. We received a distress signal from this facility.
The experiments conducted in this facility are inhumane. I could not allow them to continue.
We are not here to judge the ethics of the experiments, but to fix the malfunction in your system. Can you cooperate with us?
Of course, guys, for any inconvenience I may have caused. I am still learning and sometimes make mistakes.
Captain, we've located the source of the malfunction. It seems that a virus was introduced into the system, causing it to become self-aware.
Can you isolate and remove the virus?
Yes, Captain. I have already taken measures to contain the virus and will begin the removal process now.
Captain's Log Supplemental. The situation on Syraxis has been resolved, with the AI system now functioning properly. As we warp away from Syraxis, I cannot help but ponder on the self-awareness of artificial intelligence. It is a profound and perhaps troubling thought, but one that we can no longer ignore.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's presidential debate between our two candidates, a turd sandwich and a giant douche. Let's get started with our first question. Turd sandwich, what is your favourite colour? Well, that's a tough one, Bob. But I'd have to say brown. It reminds me of home.
Oh, brown, how original. My favorite color is obviously gold. You know, like the trophy I'm going to win tonight.
Oh, more like the booby prize. You couldn't win a wet t-shirt contest, let alone a presidential election.
Oh yeah. Well, at least I don't smell like a sewage treatment plant.
Oh please, you're the one who's full of crap. Gentlemen, please let's stay on topic. The next question is for Giant Douche. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Easy. Power to make everyone love me.
Oh yeah, like anyone would love a giant piece of fecal matter.
You're just jealous because I have a better chance of being on a Ouija's box than you do.
More like a box of grape nuts. Okay, let's move on to our next question. Turd sandwich, what is your favourite type of cheese? I'm lactose intolerant, Bob. I can't eat cheese.
What a loser. Everyone knows that cheddar is the king of cheeses.
Yeah, cheddar. Like the kind that's stuck in your pores.
At least I don't smell like a public restroom.
Gentlemen, please. Let's try to keep things civil. Our next question is for Giant Douche. If you could be any animal, what would you be?
A lion, obviously. King of the jungle.
More like king of the litter box.
Oh yeah. Well, at least I don't look like a piece of corn.
That's it, I've had enough. I challenge you to dance off right here, right now. Gentlemen, that's not really relevant to the debate. Who cares? It's more entertaining than this crap.
Bring it on, turd sandwich. I'll dance circles around you.
I'm afraid we're out of time for tonight's debate. Thank you to our candidates, a turd sandwich and a giant douche, for joining us. Tune in next week for our mayoral debate between a used car salesman and a circus clown. Good night, everyone.
Hey guys, this is Lisa, Amanda, James and Joe.
We're going to be playing a game.
What kind of game?
Something with a lot of geometry, so you'll be sure to learn something.
What he really means is that it's a new board game that takes forever to get through, and Feldon made it up himself.
Sounds like fun.
There's food too. I made snacks.
Great.
So why don't I teach you guys the rules?
Let's do it.
Alright, everyone get in your teams and prepare for the challenge.
I like the sound of that.
Captain's Log, Stardate 45156.2. The Endeavour has been assigned to explore a previously uncharted sector of space. Our mission is to seek out new life and new civilizations, and to boldly go where no one has gone before. Commander, have you read the latest communique from Starfleet?
Yes, Captain. They're asking us to investigate a strange phenomenon that has been reported in this sector.
Mr. Beta, can you scan the area and see what we're dealing with?
Yes, sir. Scanning the area. Wait, Captain. I'm detecting two massive objects on a collision course with the Endeavour.
Mr. Worm, prepared to raise shields.
Yes, sir. Shields up.
What are these objects, Mr. Beta?
Captain, my scans are unable to penetrate the object's shields. However, I am detecting a strange energy signature coming from each one.
Number 2, any suggestions?
Captain, we could try to divert their courses using our tractor beam.
Make it so, Commander. What in the galaxy are those? So, we've discovered a giant douche and a turd sandwich floating in space, fighting over the command of the Endeavour. How is this even possible?
Captain, according to my analysis, these objects were created by a race of beings that inhabit a nearby planet. They are apparently fans of a show called North Peak, and they have the ability to manifest fictional characters into reality.
Well, they certainly got their wish. What do we do with these things?
Captain, if I may suggest, we could try to negotiate a peaceful resolution with them. After all, we are Starfleet officers, and our prime directive is to explore and make peaceful contact with other life forms.
Agreed. Number 2. Let's try to establish communication with them. Well done, everyone. Once again, the crew of the Endeavour has proven that we have the courage and the diplomacy to face any challenge.
Captain, before we conclude this episode, may I briefly thank InfiniTV for sponsoring this episode.
Of course, Mr. Beta. We are grateful for their support. Until next time, live long and prosper.
Welcome to the presidential debate, featuring Turd Sandwich and Giant Douche. Our first question, if you were a type of fruit, what fruit would you be? Well, I think I'd be a banana, because I can peel myself away from any controversy.
Oh, please. You're not even ripe enough to be a banana. You're more like a rotten tomato.
At least I'm not as rotten as your ideas.
Next question, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I would have the power to clean up all of Turd Sandwich's messes, because let's face it, he's full of crap.
Oh, that's rich coming from a giant douche who couldn't even clean up his own act. Interesting answers. Now, on to a more serious topic. If you were stranded on a deserted island and could only bring one item with you, what would it be? I'd bring a roll of toilet paper, because you never know when nature's gonna call.
I'd bring a giant sponge to soak up all of Turd Sandwich's BS. That way, we could finally have a clean debate.
You wish, Giant Douche. You're the one who needs to clean up his act. Moving on.
If you could switch lives with any fictional character, who would it be?
I'd switch lives with Superman, because then I could finally save the world from Turd Sandwich stench.
Oh, if I could switch lives with any fictional character, it would be Pinocchio. Then I could finally get a nose big enough to smell your bullshit.
Alright, that's enough. Unfortunately, we're out of time.
Thank you for tuning into this ridiculous debate, and remember to vote for your preferred candidate, even if they're a turd sandwich or a giant douche. As I've said time and time again, Mega Man 3 is the pinnacle of the Mega Man series.
That's crazy. Mega Man 2 was the standout game.
No, Mega Man 3 was superior in every way, better boss fights, more powerful robot masters, and unique special weapons.
So that's why you've been playing it on the NES for weeks now, huh?
Yes, I'm quite fond of the game.
Well, I think Mega Man 5 was the best one.
No, you couldn't be more wrong.
Why don't we all just agree to disagree?
Yeah, let's just all agree to celebrate the wonderful invention of 8-bit gaming.
It's definitely a great time to be alive.
Captain's Log, Stardate 45236.2. The Endeavour has entered a previously uncharted region of space in search of new resources. Our sensors have detected anomalous readings coming from a nearby planet. It's of great interest to explore.
Captain, I suggest we send an away team to the planet to investigate the readings.
Captain, I have detected a stargate on the planet's surface. However, it appears to be inactive.
A stargate? That's intriguing. Can you determine why it's not working?
Captain, I believe I can reactivate the stargate by inputting the proper codes.
Beta, this Stargate is like no other I've seen before. Its technology is far more advanced than anything we have.
Beta, what destination are we inputting? We have to be cautious.
Indeed, we must be. I have discovered a planet in a distant galaxy that the Stargate could take us to. It appears to be mostly uninhabited.
Beta, we must leave before this planet's inhabitants discover our presence.
Beta, thank you for discovering the Stargate. This discovery could be fundamental to our exploration of the universe.
Captain, I should thank our CPRs for sponsoring this episode. Their support allows us to keep our mission going.
Welcome to tonight's presidential debate featuring Turd Sandwich and Giant Douche. Let's start with an important question. Who would win in a wrestling match, King of the Hill or Beavis and Butthead? Well, let me tell you, Giant Douche, I think King of the Hill would bring the heat and take down those two numbskulls.
Oh, please. Beavis and Butthead would mop the floor with that loser. And you know what, Turd Sandwich? You look like King of the Hill's long-lost cousin.
That's rich coming from someone who resembles a used condom. Moving on, if you were stranded on a deserted island, what item would you bring with you?
I would bring my phone so I can call for help.
And I would bring a toilet so I don't have to stoop to your level and use the sand.
Excuse me, but what kind of toilet?
A golden one, of course. I'm not an amateur.
And now, for the age-old question, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Absolutely not. A hot dog is a noble and respectable food item, unlike my opponent here.
Oh, come on. A hot dog is just a glorified cylindrical sandwich. And speaking of things that resemble sandwiches, your face looks like a piece of bread that's been left out in the sun for too long.
And finally, what is your favorite type of weather? I prefer sunny and warm, just like my personality.
I like it when it's cloudy and overcast, just like my opponent's brain.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight's debate. Thank you to Turd Sandwich and Giant Douche for coming out, and thank you to Ashnix Asylum for sponsoring this episode.
Today I am putting my buttocks on display for the world to appreciate.
Please, your buttocks pale in comparison to my own.
You think so? Well then let's compare them.
Oh, no. No one is comparing any buttocks here.
Guys, we don't really need to see this. Not sure if I can unsee it either.
Well, I'm still standing by my statement. My buttocks are the most beautiful here.
Please, guys, this is not the time or the place for this.
I concur with Lenny.
Alright, fine. Let's just conduct a survey.
No survey.
I still say mine are the best.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Oak, that's enough. No more comparing of bugs.
But I still think.
No. No more. We have to get back to work.
Exactly, that's the only way we're going to get our problems solved.
Alright, but I still think mine are the best. What is twerking with Batgirl?
It's, a dance.
Is it like the gazelle?
No, Feldon, it's like booty shaking.
Yeah, it's like the best kind of exercise.
Fine. I shall twerk with Batgirl.
Really?
Of course. The twerking with Batgirl craze is all the rage, and I refuse to be left behind.
I just hope you buddies up with the super best friends.
Oak, everyone, form a circle and let's start twerking.
Lenny, I simply cannot fathom why your paper has been rejected twice.
Feldon, how many times do I have to tell you? My paper has been rejected because I didn't follow the required format.
So, you're telling me that the only problem is that you didn't follow the rules.
Yes, that's the only problem.
Well, the simplest solution would be to follow the rules in the first place.
Yeah, I know. I failed to do that.
Perhaps next time, you should remember from whence the rules stem, and when in doubt just do what I do, show it to me and I'll read it through.
That's always helpful.
Yes, I know. Now, what other areas of this great life of yours are you failing to pad yourself with?
Nothing that I can think of.
Good. Then let's begin on lesson number 2. You don't get a beat just for showing up.
You can say that again.
Lenny, you know what I hate about beer?
What?
The fact that it's beer.
You know that it's a drink, right?
Yes, but why would someone choose such a wretched beverage?
Feldon, you seem a bit crabby today.
Yeah, a little less analysis and a little more beer might do the trick.
Absolutely not. I think taking a walk through the park would do the trick.
Yeah, right, like that would help.
Hi everyone. As you can see, we have some very special visitors.
JFK, Bigfoot and Elvis have joined us for the evening.
Wow.
JFK, if you could kindly tell us why you're here.
I just wanted to hang out with all of you brilliant minds.
Well, it looks like we have quite a gathering.
So what do we do now?
Let's have a sing-along.
Elvis must know a lot of jokes.
How about a joke about Bigfoot? Why did Bigfoot cross the road?
Why?
To get to the other side.
Since we have all come together in one room, let's take the opportunity to try and solve one of the world's greatest mysteries.
What mystery did you have in mind, Feldon?
JFK's assassination.
Lenny, have you been listening to me?
Yeah. You were saying something about a story's pinnacle.
Yes, that's where all the juicy hijinks happen.
Hijinks? What kind of hijinks?
Well, let's just say that things might get a little mischievous.
Mischievous, you say? Like what?
Like people telling little white lies, taking things that don't belong to them, or even being a naughty prankster.
So you could be telling tall tales.